Good morning, everyone. This might be a sight for sore eyes. So, I guess let's talk for a bit. It's been a while, it hasn't it? I want to say close to half a year, maybe even a little bit more than that at this point. So where have I been? The quick answer is I've been doing a lot of things on my own time, and for the most part, none of that has really involved anything that I would record and post to YouTube. But another thing is that back in October or maybe September of last year, I switched my laptops. So my old laptop is a Windows 7 machine, and that has been what I've been playing Enigma on for the greater part of this Let's Play. But now I have a Windows 10 laptop, and while Windows 10 is necessary as an operating system, I don't quite enjoy it, but unfortunately it's what I'm stuck with. I do still have my old laptop, but it's going to be really cumbersome to switch back and forth between that and this for most intents and purposes. And that was part of why I haven't felt the inclination to return to Enigma. And let me show you something real quick. So you probably don't notice anything substantially different about what's going on here. Let me turn on the music real quick. Here we go. So, you probably don't notice anything different about this gameplay, but I certainly do. And that is the fact that the visuals are very stuttery. Now for you, it just looks like a clean 30 frames per second, but for me in particular, I can notice lots of clear stutter, and compared to the Windows 7 machine, the frame rate is night and day in how much choppier it is. And that's part of why it's been hard to return to this game, because the frame rate is important in order to have finer control over the execution factor of gameplay. And I felt that I wanted to be playing at peak performance should I continue this Let's Play. And I did try to look for a fix. I posted on the Enigma forums asking about the difference in performance on Windows 10 versus Windows 7, where it works just fine. And the one answer which I did get, which was simply to update one of the DLLs, which is packaged with Enigma. Unfortunately, even employing that method and using the most up-to-date DLL, and even switching it out for some different DLLs, such as a compatibility layer thing, none of those remove the core issue of the choppiness. So unfortunately, it seems like the problem that I'm going to be experiencing on my end while playing this game is here to stay. But I decided that I still, despite everything, wanted to get back into playing this. And that has led to me coming up with a simple workaround of sorts, which is that should I have my gameplay sufficiently impeded by the lack in fine control that will be notable from here on out, I'll simply lower my threshold for what levels I skip. So that'll be a thing going forward. But let's see where we left off before. So last time we did Swap, so I remember that. So let's do Portable Laser. Emmanuel Herman. Alright, that's a new name. So we've got an interesting little block here. I forget what this does. It's been a while, so I'm going to have to take a bit to remember everything. So this is a swap block. We've got a laser there. We've got a push block here. We've got a grate here. Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind is that I want to use the swap like this. So let's do this. So that's like that now. Okay, so first issue we're going to be brushing up on here. Okay, so I think I've actually doomed myself. So let's restart. Let's hit that, just to remember to do that. Okay, so now let's change our angle here. Let's move this down a little bit. Maybe there's a problem with what I'm doing, but we'll figure it out as we go along. So, we've got this here now. So what should we be doing now? Well, ultimately our goal is to... Right, okay, so it might be actually be a bit more complicated. I think I see what has to be done. I'm not sure though. There is a chance that I need to be swapping quite a number of blocks actually to potentially create a bridge link from here down to here. And it'll probably be important the ordering in which I place each block, since this one is mutable and this one is go throughable, and these are both important factors in allowing me to hit the swap block to allow this laser down. So just to quickly demonstrate, so that's looking just fine and dandy until you realize that we're in a similar situation to last time. So these are now in a deadlock of sorts where there's nothing I can really do to move them out of the way of each other anymore. And even if I put this block close to it and swap it around, as you can see, still nothing resolves the deadlock. But that would probably change if some different blocks were involved, such as this one. So I'll just take a second to learn the rules of the game, so to speak. So we'll move this down here. Oh, and also I'm going to be playing with a mouse now. That is another difference from then and now. For the longest time I've been using my laptop's trackpad, but now I have an actual wireless mouse, which is very good for several things. But for Enigma, it is yet to prove its true value, because I was actually really good at playing Enigma with the trackpad. But again, that's not a thing that I want to worry about right now. Okay, so now we're here. I think I want to move that grate up a little bit. So let's do this. Maybe we don't need those other blocks yet, but I sort of doubt it. So let's move this here. And then we can move around there. We're having a nice time. This is the Chill Enigma experience that you probably remember. So sorry to keep you waiting. There is a chance that I'll probably just take another break sometime, but for now let's enjoy what we got. So we've got this here. So let's do this, do this. This is looking just fine. Alright. So, to be doing now, we need to move this down. Okay, I guess we've reached the actual critical thinking phase of this puzzle, which is how do we move this down? We need the swap to be directly under it, and that can be arranged for with just the push block. When it's under here, it's going to swap with this, and the laser is going to be down here, and the swap's going to be above it, and unless there is a block around it that it can be hit into to swap again, it's going to be in a deadlock. So actually, we need to move this grate around to the side, I think. So let's do this. And now let's go on a little journey. Just hit this down here. Let's do this. Let me check the part time. Oh right, that's the restart button. Level info. Par is 518, yeah, that tracks. So, you can go over there. Then we do this. Yeah, lots of hitting the block back and forth. So, just going to be doing quite a number of repetitions of this. So this is over here now. Yeah, I want this to not be directly adjacent to this, so exercising caution where possible. If this thing gets close to any of these blocks, which are solid, then it's going to be in a deadlock, so we do need to be careful. So that said, how do I want to navigate this? If it's block here, swap here, then that's fine. Okay, so I've got a game plan. So you can go there now. So this is over here now. So now let's move this over here. And over here. And then over here. That's looking pretty good. Alright, so we need this to be a little bit closer. But if the swap is here, okay, problem does arise. So we need this to be here, but we can't move it right onto here. We have to move it vertically onto here. So let's say that this was here, which can probably be arranged for. Yeah, just thing here, swap here, and then you knock that, and then the grate is here now. So let's say that we have grate here, swap here. Then I can hit the swap up, and swap is here, and grate is here. Okay, that's what we want. Okay. So gonna have to do a little bit of work, but nothing beyond my pay grade, I would say. So we've got the grade over here now. Just doing a bit more rotation. Probably gonna take a few steps to move this thing fully around. The space starts to feel a little bit cramped, but one thing I will say is that so far with my mouse settings, It feels more natural to be hitting these blocks in the way I am. Okay, so next, we need to do this. So that's over there now. We have a problem. Okay. I think we needed to approach this from a different angle. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to reset the puzzle, unfortunate as it may be. Let's do this. Okay. So we need to go a different route. So move that grate over to there. And now let's begin our shuffle. Just looks a little something like that. And then begin the rotation. So yeah, this is feeling pretty natural right now. And then move around again. I'm going to go this way. Alright, now I think I'm going to go this way, just for peace of mind. So that's there now. Then we move this over to here. We hit this, we hit this. Okay, I'd say we're doing pretty well. Okay. What am I doing right now? That was just sort of a mindless action. But luckily, nothing too much of an issue. So we move this over here. Okay, now for the fun to begin. So we need to do this, and then this, and then begin our swap festival. Okay. So let's see what issue crops up if we just leave this as is. So we hit you, and then we move you. We hit you, and we hit you, and there we go. So this is officially moved down one tile. Sounds pretty good. Better than we had going before. So next up, we need to do even more work. Okay, what do we do here? Because moving this more blocks is not that easy. I note that if the laser is here and the swap is here, then even if they are in deadlock, it's fine if I do the swap, because that's the last move in the puzzle, which does lead me to believe that these two blocks might be important in the process, but it's still going to be quite a bit to figure out all the specific details. So I think I'm going to silently contemplate for a bit. just checking, you know, because you can never be sure when there's the chance to create glasses. And also, I think I failed the puzzle. So let's return to the initial state. It does indeed appear that this is going to be a serious effort, maybe even requiring some planning and setup steps. So let's try and work backwards. So we need to be able to swap this down and then get the swap to move back down around to under it. I do note... Okay, well here's the thing. If we have an arrangement of swap, like let's say swap here and solid of any kind, which means this block, or this block. So swap, solid, and push block. That on itself isn't enough to move anything. We can move the solid, or we can move the push block, but we can't separate the swap from the solid, is the thing. So we need an extra block in order to move the swap away. So that's the first lesson to apply here. And in order to move the swap away, we need another block to do that. And it's looking like the grate has to do it, but let's humor the idea of it being one of the other solids. So this, let's just say it's here. So swap, solid, no, swap and solid, and say that. Okay, well, the thing about moving a solid over to here is that it has the same sort of deadlock restrictions as this. Like, moving something over to here is itself as great a task as moving this down to here. So I think what I need to do is just gain a little bit more information on how to move the swap together with the grate. So the grate is the key to all of this. So let's move this. Let's do this. You can go over there. Do a little bit of that. Nothing like a little bit of a shuffling to wake yourself up in the morning. Completely unrelated note for those wondering about any potential future Tactical Nexus content. Probably don't get your hopes up. There are some towers I have left to try out, particularly many, but what am I doing? Wow. Wow, I really just talked myself into, like, entering autopilot and completely bungling it. So let's try again. But yeah, Tactical Nexus players probably don't expect anything new from me anytime soon. back to actually making a semblance of progress. Doing more and more shuffles. So we've got this down to here now. This should be fine. Looks like it. Yeah, that felt a little dangerous, but it seems to have worked out. Just from this one puzzle alone, I do sort of have fear for future puzzles which will involve this particular stone type, because it is quite involved to work with. But this level is probably as good a practice as I'll get with using the swap stone. So that's over there now. So we can do this, we can do that. We can do this. Actually, hold on a second. Right, that's why that doesn't work. So we do need to hit this into here. Now the thing is, we need to be able to... Feels like we should be able to separate those, but maybe there's something different going on here. So I'm going to try... Let's assume that this isn't a fail state yet, and that I simply need to do something more. So this is down here now. I suppose this is fine. So let's move this over to here. This is a dangerous move to make, but I'm going to do it anyway. So that's there now. Yeah, it doesn't seem like much has happened, so I think we're stuck again. And just to be sure, yeah, it doesn't swap with items. So that's what I figured. Looks like we need to restart again. I am going to take some time to check the documentation just to make sure that this stone type right here isn't actually special in some way. So this will be a second. Alright, concluded my research. There is in fact nothing special about this particular stone. It's just something that hasn't been shown before. It does have the unique property of auto-tiling when paired with other stones of the same type. But since it's on its lonesome, you won't really get to see that. So, looks like we've still got some things left to figure out. Let me make sure my mic is still on. It is. Okay. I happen to know that lasers take up the item layer, so there's not going to be anything quite as esoteric as swapping with the laser, which is definitely a burden off my mind, although it does leave me no closer to solving the puzzle at hand. something mildly interesting here. I'm starting to believe that I don't actually work this block or this block into the solution just because of my aforementioned observation of how cumbersome it is to work with solids here. But in this particular arrangement, I can rotate these blocks as I like, and I do like the sound of that. And in fact, it appears that in this arrangement, we've actually finally made some headroom. Okay, so I'm liking the look of this. So let's go ahead and wire this around to down here. So we'll do this, and this, and now, what next? We need to separate these. I think we've got the core of a solution. I just need to figure out the fundamental move of how to make more room here. So we move that there, and that's like that now. And then we do this, and that's like that now. And we can do that, but that doesn't do much. But we need the reason we need to have the push block next to the grate. That's what we need to have happen here. And through some rotation of elements, that eventually becomes possible. Is it like this? Okay, this feels right. And now we can do this move. That doesn't actually help. Okay. Do we do... What do we do here? Do we do this move? That doesn't help us either. At least not, I don't think so. We've separated the swap again, which is good, but we need this grate on the side of this thing. So unfortunately, we are going to have to walk it back until we figure out how to make that arrangement real. So we'll do this. So let's cycle these elements. And that looks pretty good. So now we need to push this out of the lane, have that there. Then I think we do this. Okay, that's the move. So now we can repeat our steps. So let's go down into here and cycle this down. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Do this. And then do the same moves again. And I think we've got a solution. So we just do this. We don't do this. What do we do? I think we need this right there. How do we make that happen? I'm going to cycle these once more. That's not actually good. I think we've got it in a good position again, although having trouble rationalizing it still. So let's move this down here. We perform the swap. You can see I'm being careful to put the block on the side that makes it safer to move. Even with the mouse fidelity I have, I don't want to push this thing into the pit at the last second. So I think we're in a good position now. So we're going to do this, and this, and this, and that's a solve. Okay. That was quite a level. I think I've still got some more in me. So let's reread this name. Push the hammer. Got another marking level. Okay, I don't see a 2-player yet. The hammer is for breaking blocks, but which blocks are we supposed to be breaking right now? It's a real question. Actually, okay. That's funny. Yeah, I just sort of figured that out. But, yeah, even if we can't move the white marble, it does still have its own inventory. So that's a funny thing to take advantage of. So now I guess we're just going to be bumping things around. So we got a green and a red. I'm going to have to remember how to stay on top of the memory game components. Okay, got a green match there. Let's go ahead and golf this thing over to here. Okay, red match. Love to see it. And then that's a solve. Nice. Lots of triggers by John. Okay. So, yeah. So, got all sorts of things here. Where was that green? It was over here, so gotta be careful. Okay. Yeah, my memory is not the best, so it's going to take me a bit to properly do things here. Okay, so we got red. That's a match. So cyan and magenta. And I note that nothing appears to, okay, do I do something like, no, not like that. Do I do something like this? Okay, I made my way out, so that's good. And then like this. Okay, that was silly. Bomb shelter. Jacob Scott. Oh no. So we've got. This is menacing. We've got swaps and we've got blocks. What's up here? So this is a restart on death sort of level. So I see. So this is what's going on here, huh? So I guess what's happening is that we need to create a bomb shelter. Okay. And hard 5 minutes. Oh no. So I guess, so we need to use this time to create something with a semblance of safety. And we're going to have several things coming after us. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I even want to be creating right now to protect myself from those rotors. So I'm going to, let's see. I suppose the safest blocks to be working with are the swaps themselves in the right circumstances, but I still don't have much which could be called a working theory on how to protect myself. So we'll need to measure how much time it takes to, I guess I'll, well that's just there now forever. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. We could make it 2x2 if I don't push these up against the ceiling. Something like that. And then we've got this here. Actually, okay, so here's something. There's a chance that I have to be in this middle column in order for the rotors to come out. Because they do move directly towards me, and there's a chance that the force pushing against them on the slope is strong enough that unless I'm basically as close to perpendicular with the rotors as possible, then they aren't actually ever going to come out. So I'm going to just sit here for a bit, and I guess I'll update you when something interesting happens. Oh, that didn't take long at all. Oh, goodness gracious, those are fast. Okay. Okay, so takes a couple minutes. I think we want to make a cup shape. I think that's what we want. So we need to clear some space. But that's easier said than done. I'm not actually sure if the rotors are capable of actually, okay, so another thing is, even when we do bunker down, we need to get around the rotors. We can't just be surviving them. So whatever safety mechanism we create has to be functional in quite a number of ways. I don't have a lot of faith in the thing that's happening right now. Hey look, we can swap a swamp. How novel. Okay, so that centerpiece is actually pretty well protected. I do like the look of that. And I think I'm trying to think. So the rotors are going to come out. There's 3 of them. They're going to group down there. And I need to sneak past them. I don't think there's much chance of me boxing them in, at least not completely, but I feel like there's several ways you can probably go about this one. It's just the iteration time in waiting for the rotors to actually arrive is devastatingly long. So looks like they're going to be coming up real soon. So let's see what precise time they seem to arrive. Because it seems to be about 3 minutes. Okay, so they do in fact just go all over the place. So I still believe in that. I do like that being there. Okay, I think I might have an idea of what I want to do. So let's do this. And then I'm going to use one of these to get this off the grid. And then we move that there. So that's like that now. So those 2 tiles are safe. The thing is, it almost feels like we want the rotors to trap themselves, but I'm not sure how you do that. The best you can probably do is have the rotors. So in this current arrangement, the rotors are going to come in. They're going to group down here. They're going to push that swap in. And and then they're going to be just sort of clumped in here. They're going to push this down. And I think I might have an idea of what I desire, although I am going to have to act pretty fast. So let's have... just adding a safety layer to that. Okay, well, this is gonna have to work. I hear them coming, I think. Mildly terrifying. So... that was unfortunate. Okay. Another shot at it. So in this arrangement, so we can create a cup, what I want is the opportunity to hit one of these from below in a way that cuts off the rotors. Let's shuffle these blocks around to the same side. So I'm going to put that over there. I think what I might want to do is something like this. This isn't the most protected. Let's move over some more blocks. This is a very interesting level. Let's move this over here, actually. This over here. And this over here. And then... almost hit that the wrong way. That would have been unfortunate. So we do this, and eventually this is going to create it's going to create a cup of sorts, but I'm not sure if it's going to be sufficient. But at the very least, it's going to be able to hold them off for a little bit. And maybe I'll be able to sneak past them. So they're coming down now. It takes about 3 minutes. quite the rambunctious little group of things. My dogs wanted in on the action, so I had to just let them out for a little bit. It doesn't look like the Raiders have followed me in here, which is good. I couldn't have asked for more potent comedic timing if I tried. Good grief. Okay. Well, let's give ourselves some time. So, we have the essence of something. So I do like the shape we made. The little cup shape down here. I think that was a good move. So let's move these back into place. But let's hopefully figure out something slightly different for actually like holding off the rotors. Since we have the opportunity and I'm not just like fluking the level. Since this seems like a level that, in theory, you can probably fluke by just having decent enough movement and getting a bit lucky. So, this is a sufficient shape for... If we do this... and then we do this. And then we do this. And this. So this is a shape that can hold off the rotors. I'm going to move some things down a little bit. This is a dangerous setup, but if it did work, then I have a modest amount of fear for this setup. I doubt it's going to be super effective. I can already hear them coming down. So I guess let's see how this fares against the cavalry. That went about as poorly as it could have. What do I want to do here? I'm going to think for a little bit. It really is like making a bomb shelter, because, like, even the slightest bit of instability, they're just, like, so explosive in their movement that, like, they'll just push anything out of the way. And it's really hard to predict what they're gonna do, so you need a really good method to really trap them. And I still haven't come up with that yet. There we go. I knew I had some idea of using the swap stones to literally, like, trap the things, but that idea of just literally pushing it on top of them, volatile as it was, seems to have worked out in my favor. So now there shouldn't be any more fear. Well, I guess there is one thing I could fear in that scenario. Whee! Okay, that was a good level, but good grief. But yeah, sounds like I've gone back into the gist of Enigma. Apparently this level has an easy mode. I guess I don't have anything else to say, so see you next time.